All right, so now we're back with learning objective 4.9C, which is to identify stimulants and their effects. So it's really important to understand that stimulants very much speed up normal brain activity. Stimulants are presented in several forms. It could be nicotine, it could be caffeine, amphetamines, or MDMA, also known as ecstasy slash Molly. Um, so, what we're going to do, we're going to briefly talk about those five types, or those four types. And we're going to start off with caffeine. So, it's really important to understand that caffeine stimulates the brain by blocking neurotransmitters that slows down our nervous system. Oftentimes, people would say that caffeine gives them this certain boost of energy so they can solve problems. However, if they drink too much, they'll oftentimes feel very wired. So, people often cite the benefits of caffeine. However, there are some drawbacks. You can use too much. Yes, you can drink too much soda that has caffeine or coffee or iced coffee, and it can have some form of major drawbacks. For instance, caffeine in high dosages may increase one's blood pressure. You will also find that it is common that high dosages of caffeine can cause the growth of fibroid cyst in women's breast. You can also find that caffeine can sometimes make people quite nauseous or feel a little bit yucky when they're drinking too much. A good example of this could be some of those energy drinks that individuals drink. It can have one feeling like their heart is about to beat out of their chest. So, caffeine. The next stimulant that we will talk about is cocaine and crack. So, cocaine, unfortunately, really came onto the scenes in America in the early 1980s. And later on, crack was created as a byproduct of cocaine. What people really need to understand is that this is a horrible drug, it's a horrible stimulant. However, people attempts to use it because it provides them with a lot of energy. And individuals are addicted to it, but it provides them excitement or excitation, insomnia, loss of appetite, mood swings, paranoia, delusions, and even heart problems. You will find that even young people who are cocaine or crack cocaine addicts will have issues like heart attacks and experience stroke. Chronic users commonly have issues with nosebleeds and sore throats and extreme difficulty sleeping. As one continues to use these said drugs, you will find that they have significant respiratory problems. So, crack cocaine, yes, falls up under a stimulant. Amphetamines, which people commonly call them in the community as uppers or speed, has very similar effects to cocaine. It boosts norepinephrine and serotonin as well as dopamine, but dopamine to very toxic levels. So it provides individuals this kind of like high and this sense of being able to complete several tasks and removes an individual's appetite. What typically happens when a person is on amphetamines, they will have a crash once the drug is no longer in their system. And so oftentimes it prompts people to continue to use the drug. However, they're not prepared for some of the other side effects of amphetamines, which are paranoia as well as depression. So, amphetamines are an unhealthy drug as well. In fact, you'll find that a lot of diet remedies have a component or an element of amphetamines, which can lead to people wanting to continue to use the drug, not only to remove that their appetite, but also continue to provide energy. So, amphetamines are also a stimulant. Our last drug that we're going to talk about that falls up under the category of a stimulant is MDMA. And individuals within the community know it as ecstasy. And so this particular drug actually has elements of a stimulant as well as a hallucinogen. But again, it's commonly identified as a stimulant. People who take this drug oftentimes report a very enhanced mood and extremely high levels of energy. Individuals have this heightened feelings or sensations connected to others. Oftentimes, or people would cite ecstasy as a hug drug because the individuals will feel this love and warmth towards others, this form of emotional connection. What people fail to identify are the drawbacks or the very negative side effects of MDMA. Individuals oftentimes have this huge increase in their heart rate and blood pressure. They oftentimes will start to clench their teeth, as well as become overheated and even have kidney failure. Some people may also have a negative, even more negative experience with it by having paranoia during their particular trip. You will hear a lot of people report a significant loss of reality, which makes it likely for a person to have some form of an injury or an accident. You'll also hear of people having strokes or even experiencing significant depression after they're out of that said high. So MDMA has significant drawbacks, and again, it falls up under a stimulant. So that is it for 4.9C. I'll see you in the next slide. Have a good one.